Next, did you make this purchase?
Yes.
There's been one time.
Well,
Nope.
we did not make the purchase, and we were so glad that they had eyes on our account.
Gibbsland Bank and Trust, the great banking team during the holiday season. You need that fight against fraud.
This holiday, skip the cooking and get a tender honey-baked ham slow-smoked up to 24 hours. So smoky. Hand-glazed and caramelized to perfection for that sweet, crunchy taste. Gotta love that crunch. Fully cooked, spiral sliced, and ready to serve.
Wait, seriously? That sounds great.
Yes, seriously. The world's best ham, only from the Honey Baked Ham Company.
Southfield Shopping Center in the corner of Southfield and Uri, Honey Baked Ham.
Floating through the airwaves like smooth hickory smoke. Patrick Netherton. 1130, The Tiger.
We welcome you back. That trombone out there? Oh, that sounds more like a trumpet, really, than a trombone. Yeah. Wow! Wow! Man, can't beat a little Chicago. We welcome you back to the Patrick Netherton Show. I feel like Rogers enjoys producing my show musically more so than any of the other shows.
No, I'm pretty good with.
Okay,
I kind of have leeway of knowing what y'all like.
Right.
Kind of gives me a challenge.
I just feel like because I feel like I have more variety of songs that you can play.
I'm a little more honed in.
Like if you could if you turned around and played Seether after this, like I would still be okay.
No,
right?
Exactly.
And that's the thing.
And you know what? So would Fletch. Fletch likes Seether.
Sure, but does he like Chicago?
No, he's not a big horn section.
There you
guy.
go.
He thinks horns is not rock.
He's not. So you're saying he's not very horny?
That seems like that'd be a question for somebody else to answer.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Doesn't like horns that
Did you
much.
know that I played a musical instrument back in middle school, Raj?
Are you serious?
I am serious.
And what instrument was that?
Well, I will tell you this. I was first chair all-state in this instrument, which means literally I was the best player of that particular instrument in the entire state of Louisiana when I was in fifth grade. Fifth grade. I think I stopped in fifth grade.
That's a pretty big honor.
Yeah. No, sixth grade. It was sixth grade. I stopped playing after sixth grade is what happened. Trombone, Raj. Trombone? I was a trombone player. That's right. I was getting after it. You can call us at 318-320-1130 if you like. You can text us at 318-657-0HAM, 657-0426. Got a lot of. By the way, the Facebook Live stream is back up, so if you want to watch on Facebook Live, you can certainly do that. Again, if you just and look, go follow us on social media. The more following we have, the more people we can get our get news out to, can reach and touch and be a part of. Very easy to do. You can follow us on Twitter at Netherton Show is the show Twitter. You can follow him at Hey Boy Rogers. He's actually had a couple of original tweets, even though they were just even they were like lyrics from a song, and one was from the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Even though it was that, at the same time, at least it was an original tweet from my man Hey Boy Rogers at Hey Boy Rogers. I'm at PT Netherton. You can follow the show at Netherton Show, or if you want to watch the Facebook live stream, it is facebook.com/Netherton Show. Also, hey, if you want to be a sponsor on the show, we're always looking for sponsors. If you want me to help you get your business out there, you want to be associated with big time guests like the Brett McMurphys, like the as yet unnamed member of the College Football Playoff Selection Committee that we're going to have coming up either late next week or early the week after. You want to be a part of those types of guests? We're going to have big-name coaches that are coming up here as bowl season approaches. You want to be a part of that? Just give us a shout. Facebook us, tweet us, whatever. We'll get you in touch with the proper authorities to make that happen. Phone line, 318-320-1130. That's where we find Larry. Larry, good afternoon.
Howdy, y'all. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Larry.
Listen, I wanted to ask you, because you seem to know everything about what's going on with these coaching changes.
All right.
I know Les Miles just hired the offensive coordinator from Auburn, but have you heard anything about whether or not he might get Frank Wilson to come from Texas, UT San Antonio?
I have not heard anything as of yet on that. My question is this, Larry: Are you a Kansas fan? Are you a Les Miles fan? What makes you interested?
Well, I'm an LSU alum, but I like Les Miles. I'm just curious as to what he can do. I didn't realize Lawrence, Kansas is very close to Kansas City.
Sure.
And, Les Miles is a gifted recruiter, and so is that fellow Frank Wilson.
Absolutely.
And since they can't play defense in that Big 8 conference or whatever they're calling it now,
right.
There's so much potential for Les Miles to do well there. Is the reason I'm thinking about Frank Wilson.
Yeah, I understand. I'm curious about this, though. As a guy who is a Les Miles fan, I am also a fan of Les, just so you know. I defended him to the hilt for a long time while people were calling for his head. I'm very curious, as he hires Chip Lindsey from Auburn, who is versed in that Malzahn spread, attack, do you have any belief that Les Miles is going to let Chip Lindsey run his offense?
Well, history suggests otherwise.
Correct. And that's my issue, Larry, is that he could go out. He could have hired Cliff Kingsbury from Texas Tech, who, by the way, is now going to USC as offensive coordinator. He could have hired Cliff Kingsbury. No, I'm saying he could have in terms of, he could have hired God as his offensive coordinator, but would he have allowed him to run his offense? That's my question for Les is he going to modernize his approach to offensive football?
Well, I think the better question is, will he stay out of the kitchen? But yes, I agree with you.
Well, that's all part and parcel of it, right? I mean,
yes.
If he's hands off with his offensive coordinators, then they're allowed to do whatever they want. I don't have a problem with Les. Be who you are. If you want to be a run first coach, be a run first coach. There are plenty of offenses that run first and have a lot of success. Matter of fact, when Auburn is at its best, it is a primary run offense. That's what Gus Malzahn wants. He wants to run. He wants to run a lot of simple plays out of a lot of formations at extreme speed, so that you will be misaligned and he'll gap you for a big play. That's basically what Gus Malzahn's offense is. Now, they're going to run some gimmicks. They'll run some pass game in there. But for the most part, Malzahn is a run-first offensive approach, just like Chip Kelly was when he was at Oregon. Yeah. So my question is, with Chip Lindsey coming in as offensive coordinator at Kansas, do we believe that Les is going to take his hands off of things and let Chip Lindsey run his offense, or is Chip Lindsey just going to be another offensive coordinator that Les Miles brings in and sort of dictates what they're going to do?
Honestly, I suspect the latter.
Yeah, and that's what worries me, because I think there's a lot of success. I think there's a lot of ability there. I would love to see, Les Miles have success, because I think he could recruit to Kansas. I think he could get guys that could be, able to go and play in the Big 12. But until such a time as he modernizes his offensive approach, I don't know that it's ever going to happen.
I think defense is the most important thing. If he can recruit the way he does, I think Kansas could be in a bowl game as early, probably 2 years from now.
Yeah, I don't disagree. But again, you're not going to survive the Big 12 being a defense-first program that has no offensive answers. It's fine to be defensive. I don't have a problem with you wanting to rely on your defense. I mean, it's what Alabama does. It's what LSU does.
It's what winning teams do. Championship teams play defense.
Absolutely. Clemson does it. Notre Dame's defense is pretty good. Obviously, Oklahoma doesn't have a defense. But at the same time, for the most part, you're dealing with teams that have some balance on both sides of the football. You go into
that conference?
You go into the Big 12.
Well, I'm talking about the Big 8.
Right.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, for the most part, most leagues, the highly successful teams have a good offense-defense balance.
In that conference, which ones besides Texas?
No, nobody does. That was my point. I'm saying most of the successful teams nationwide outside of the Big 12, when they have success, it's because they are balanced offense-defense. Or maybe even their defense is a little bit better than their offense. You get to the Big 12, that's not the case. You better have an offense that can put some points on the board. You've got to find a way to put some points on the board, because no matter how good your defense is, you're not stopping those guys week in and week out.
Well, I'm interested to see how it plays out. I think Miles has a chance to dominate in that conference because nobody plays defense.
Yeah, I don't know that he's gonna have a chance to dominate in the conference, but I certainly think he can. I think he can. Well, hey, you might be right, Larry. You might be right. He might be a dominant force in the Big 12. I don't see it, but I do think he can make them relevant. Again, I think he can make them, a team that every few years will challenge for the Big 12 championship. I could see that. I don't know that I could see them getting on any sort of an Oklahoma or Texas-style run at any point in the Big 12. Larry, thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you calling. 318-320-1130. That's the phone line. The text line is 318-657-0426, 657-0-HAM. High Rail says, I think Les is going to change it up. What better place to do it than Kansas? This is an experiment. I don't know. I don't know that Les Miles has that in him. I don't know that, and he may. I don't want to sound like I'm being pessimistic here, because Les Miles may have this in him. He may be a guy that's willing to change things up a little bit, and he may be a guy that's willing to experiment offensively. But the question is, why did he never do it at LSU if he was going to do it eventually somewhere else? Because he knew the writing was on the wall. Basically, the entire athletic department, and Joe Oliva especially, basically had a meeting with him before that last year and said, Les, look, you have to get the offense modernized. And he came back and said, you know what? I'm modernizing the offense. We're going to throw the ball a little bit more. We're going to be a little bit more modern. No one was expecting him to come in and run the run and shoot, for goodness sakes. No one was asking for that. They were just asking that the offense be modernized a bit, not just be the ISO pitch out of the I formation and then, run 1 and 2 receiver routes with max protection, which I thought LSU did a little bit much of this year, but that's neither here nor there. But you never... Les promised going into that last season that this was going to be the time that he was going to do it. He was absolutely going to modernize the offense. He was going to, have guys running routes. He was going to be passing the football more. It was going to be a modern approach to offense, kind of like what you saw the year that Mettenberger was at quarterback and you had Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham on the outside. I mean, people kind of forget that Mettenberger was a 3,000-yard passer that year, and both Landry and Beckham went over 1,000 yards receiving that season. But everyone seems to kind of forget that. So Les had the opportunity to do that. He just never had the guys he could trust to really let the offense loose. And because he never had the guys he could trust, he never trusted any of them to actually run the offense. And that was ultimately the difference. Had he had a quarterback that he believed in, he probably would have let him sling a little bit more. But he didn't. And they never recruited that guy that he believed in either. And that was ultimately the real issue with Les Miles. And so he hamstrung the offense. He told him to run the ball, keep the ball on the ground. He was all, heck, they even talked about that at one point he was calling plays before it was all said and done. And so, he started calling plays and the offense got even more conservative at that point. So the question is, he brings in Chip Lindsey, who is, by all accounts, a pretty solid young offensive mind. He's been at Auburn with Gus Malzahn. Is he going to come in and run Gus Malzahn's offense? Is he going to come in and be allowed to, line them up and run the football and tempo and spread and all that stuff? And again, Gus Malzahn's offense is not designed as a pass-first offense, and it never has been. It's always been a run-first offense. People kind of forget that. Same thing with Chip Kelly at Oregon. Chip Kelly would have just as soon run for 500 yards and pass for nothing if he could, but it was so dressed up in all of the spread ideals that you thought that it was a pass-first offense. You thought it was the run and shoot, but it never was. And so Malzahn is sort of the same way. He runs the tempo in order to get you lined up incorrectly so that when they run the football, you are incorrectly lined up. They're going to gash you. They're going to get a big play on the ground. And then every so often, they'll play action off of it. They'll throw it a little bit. But it's never been a pass-first offense. So I think that appeals to Miles in that regard, that, he likes the idea of having a run-first offense that's maybe dressed up a little differently. But the question is, when it comes time to bring the RPO game in, when it comes time to actually pass the football, is he going to be willing to do that? And I think that's the ultimate question for Les. And I hope the answer is yes. I hope he modernizes his thought processes, and that will allow him to help him recruit, because it's one thing to recruit to LSU running an old school offense. It's a very, very different thing to recruit to Kansas running an old school offense. And I think that's the problem. If you go into a kid's, you go into a wide receiver's living room, a good drop back passer's living room, and you say, hey, remember what we did at LSU when we were lining up in the I and running the ISO toss and handing it off with the fullback and all that stuff? That's what we're going to do at Kansas. Well, you know what? When you were the head coach at LSU and you said that, you're saying, hey, come to LSU and play for us. This is LSU. It's one of the premier programs in the nation. It's LSU. When you walk into someone and you say, hi, I'm from Kansas, and we're in Lawrence, and our football stadium is not great, and we don't really have that much in the way of fan support, and oh, by the way, it's a basketball school, and we're going to not run an exciting offense that wants you to – you're not going to get the recruits you want to get. Now, if you go into a kid's room and say, hey, I'm from Kansas – but, oh, by the way, we're going to run an up-tempo offense. You're going to get a chance to get, 70, 80 touches as a wide receiver. We're going to have you running jet sweeps. We're going to have you, running fly patterns, all that stuff. Then, yeah, you can recruit an elite athlete in that situation, because everyone wants to go be a part of an offense that they're going to get a lot of touches in. I still don't know how Calvin Johnson ended up at Georgia Tech running Paul Johnson's offense. Speaking of wide receivers, Rogers, do you have the breaking news sounder handy for me? Got a little breaking news.
Breaking news.
Out of Natchitoches, Louisiana, Northwestern State junior wide receiver and LSU transfer Jazz Ferguson has announced that he is withdrawing from school and heading into the NFL draft. So after being named the Offensive Player of the Year in the Southland Conference this year, becoming the first 1,000-yard receiver in the history of Northwestern State Demon football, Jazz Ferguson, all 6'5", 220 pounds, long arms, big hands, strong hands. He is heading his way into the NFL draft. So I'm just pleased to say I got to call him for a year. That guy was unbelievable to watch. I wish him nothing but the best of luck at the next level. I hope he is tremendously successful when he gets there. I would love to see him be able to have a lot of success. But he held a press conference today down in Natchitoches and announced that he is declaring for the NFL draft. So good luck to Jazz Ferguson, the former Northwestern State Demon wide receiver. All right, so we broke down Kansas and Les Miles. Let's talk a little bit about Cliff Kingsbury and USC. We'll also talk more about Urban, if you like. Do you believe Urban Meyer is actually retired? All right, this might be pushing it, Rogers. Rogers. I know you pushed your microphone away, but I hope you at least look like those dogs in the Sarah McLachlan commercials. Hope you look sad and ashamed. I mean, I have a high tolerance for most any music, but this is a little. Now, look, if you played country, I would be coming across the board at you. Just know that. Yeah. No. Really? Cher? I mean, this was one of the first songs that I really remember auto-tune being a part of it. Like when she was, when you believe, you could hear all that auto-tuning going on. Wow. Can't believe you did this to me, Raj. Listen to the auto-tune. It's not as bad as the other one. Yeah. Can't believe you did this to me, Hambone. I mean, I don't think you're strong enough for what's about to happen to you, Hambone, in the break. I'm going to have to shut off the Facebook Live video so no one sees the carnage. I don't want there to be evidence of what I'm about to do to Hambone for playing Cher on me. Oh, boy. All right. Enough. Let's go to break. It's the Patrick Netherton Show. We'll be back, 11:30 The Tiger.
of a traveling show.
Welcome to Walk-On's Bistro and Bar, where every dish starts from scratch. Fresh ingredients bring our food to life. Mouth-watering cuisine, unique flavors, and we're always more than happy to share our Southern charm and culture. A love of life, family, food, friends, fun, sports, and celebrations. Walk-Ons. It's game day with the taste of Louisiana.
So often we talk Chevy Land and the beautiful new cars, trucks, and SUVs out there, and for good reason. I mean, my gosh, have you seen the Silverado? Have you seen that Camaro? I feel like we've neglected the service department. Here's what Christy J had to say. My service rep, Kenny, was very friendly and understanding, kept in touch with me, letting me know the status of my vehicle. He's knowledgeable of his job. I will recommend him to all my family and friends. He's excellent. John B. in Bossier said the service professionals did a great job. Great service at Chevy Land. You know it by the feeling. 7500 Uri Drive. Nicole joins us from First Choice Personnel. Make First Choice your last call, 797-7810. Nicole, the CDL operation thing there where you're always looking for drivers.
We are. We look for Class A. We look for Class B drivers. We're always looking for drivers. They can give us a call. We need with endorsements, without endorsements, always give us a call.
Now, if you need someone who leaves the left blinker on, Rogers Hampton is available. First Choice Personnel. Make First Choice your last call, 797-7810.
This holiday season, give the most eternal, unique gift of the year. Name a star after someone. I'm Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, we'll name a star after anyone on your gift list. The star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office, and we will send an incredible personalized gift package. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com for the gift that shines forever.
Spilled your red wine? Quick, the Quicker Picker-Upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker and is 2 times more absorbent than the leading Ordinary brand, so you can get back on track quicker. Bounty, the Quicker Picker-Upper.
My number 2 does not look like a number 2. I don't know what to call it. Is there a number 3?
Table for 4, please. Anything close to the restroom.
A middle seat with these stomach problems? That's my fear of flying.
Sound like you? If it does, you could be one of the many people with a digestive condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Even if you don't know what EPI is, you might know the symptoms. Frequent diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain. If you have even just one of these symptoms, you could still have EPI, because not everybody experiences EPI the same way, which is why it's so important to open up to your doctor about all your symptoms. And the good news is, EPI is manageable, so don't keep a lid on it. Go to identifyepi.com, complete the symptom checker, and use it to have a conversation with your doctor. Don't keep a lid on it. Visit identifyepi.com. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Alexa, play Whitney Houston.
Okay.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get access to over 50 million songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
What's in store this holiday at your local Staples?
It's a printer wonderland.
Because right now at Staples, save $150 on the Epson EcoTank 4750.
Epson EcoTank printers come with up to 2 years of ink right in the box.
That's up to 2 years worth of printed reports, proposals, and letters to Santa.
Up to 11,000 pages.
Plus, trade in your old printer and get another $50 off.
Staples, there's a whole lot in store this holiday.
Ends 12/8/18. See associate for details.
Do you dream in color, in sparkling blues, and sun-kissed yellows? In your dreams, do your kids trade technology for time with you? Is fun and relaxation the main agenda? Do your dreams shape your family life and bring you all great joy? Your dreams can be real and lasting, and you can live your dreams every day. Moorhead Pools, where your dreams come true in your own backyard.
Oh, sweetie, you got another text from Pierce.
Uh-oh.
He's in line trying to pay for something, and he wants to know how much he has in his Gibbs Bacon Trust checking account.
That does not surprise me.
He has $12.
$12 and probably, what, 60 cents?
Something like that, but what he's buying is going to cost about $38. So, hang on a second. I'm going to transfer some money in there. All right, will you text him that he can now buy that because he now has the money in his GBT account?
Sure, sweetie. All right, here you go, ding dong. There's your money. Thank you, GBT, for always being that safety net for the college kid that doesn't quite have it together yet.
GBT, the great banking team.
A good time is in the air. It's the Patrick Netherton Show. KWKH AM Shreveport Bossier. The home of LSU sports is 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome you back to the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger. I guess Raj got out of his share phase, and we're okay now. We've survived. A lot of ways.
But if you notice, I'm still in the C category of artists.
Oh, are you?
Share,
just going by,
they're right there together.
You're just going by...
I just go through
alphabetical?
Yes.
I was going to mention, there's a song, and you might have to help me with this, Raj. There's a song that I always think is Peter Gabriel. But I think it's, I want to say it's actually either, no, it's not Frampton. It's, I can't remember who it actually is, Raj. It's something about a door, let my love open the door. Oh, that's Pete Townsend. See, I had the right name. Yeah, so Pete Townsend. And for whatever reason, I always think that sounds like Peter Gabriel. Is it understandable?
They're both British. They both were musicians and groups during that 60s and 70s.
And it has a very similar sound.
They do.
And he sounds like Peter Gabriel.
Yeah, because normally it's Roger Daltrey singing for The Who, not Pete Townsend. Yeah.
Every time I hear
see exactly how you would think that.
Every time I hear this song, I think it's...
Now, if you'd have thought it was Cher, I'd have said...
Yeah. I mean, you can't. That sounds. I don't want to say it's exactly like him, but it certainly sounds a lot like Peter Gabriel.
that same kind of. Yes, that same kind of. I could see exactly where you could get those two confused.
Anyway,
oh, it's funny. And I'm right near the Peter Frampton section. This is working out good for me. And there's Peter Gabriel, Peter Cetera.
Peter Cetera.
Already did Peter Cetera today.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Pet Shop Boys.
Oh,
West
East End Girls or whatever. Let's talk some bowls for a bit. By the way, the other news of the day.
Hey, man, let's talk some bowls, man.
Not your bowls, Rogers. Cliff Kingsbury has gone to USC to be their offensive coordinator for Clay Helton.
Let's see, pretty boy to the land of the California girls.
Yeah, he's going to fit right in.
Yeah,
I'm actually legitimately curious. Again, Clay Helton is a former offensive line coach. So I'm legit curious exactly, is this going to be somewhat of a Les Miles situation? Is he going to let Cliff Kingsbury come in and do what he wants to do? I'm legitimately interested in that. And, we've seen, Chip Kelly is starting to kind of get things headed in the right direction. And I will be, again, very interested to see just how all of this plays out. There's some interesting, I don't want to say contrasting in styles, because it's not like USC's out there running a non-modern offense, but it was very much more it was more pro style than it was spread at USC. Now you look through the career of Clay Helton, he was a quarterback. He has been an offensive line coach before, but for the most part, he's been quarterback coach, offensive coordinator as he's moved along. I don't know why I thought he was an offensive line coach, but he has been QB or offensive coordinator coach. He's also coached wide receivers and running backs throughout his career. So again, is he trying to go out there and mentor JT Daniels, the new quarterback for USC, the freshman? Or is he going to let Cliff Kingsbury go out there and mold him? Remember, Cliff Kingsbury's had some great success. I believe you can just look at Kansas City to find his most successful protege. So that to me is going to be a very interesting issue. Is what will the offense? Is he again? Does he let Cliff Kingsbury come in and does he take his hands off the offense and just let him go? Or is he going to, want to try to mold and change what Kingsbury's doing? Kingsbury, he's an air raid guy, but he doesn't run the traditional air raid that you see from Leach at Washington State. He doesn't run that typical air raid offense. It's a little bit of an amalgam of it. There's a lot more run game involved in what Kingsbury likes to do, and he's changed some things up. It's a little bit different conceptually. So I'm very curious. I'm very interested to see exactly what we will see from Kingsbury at USC. All right, let's talk bowls for a bit. I haven't really gotten to go through. Look, I specifically have not gone through any of the bowl matchups other than we talked yesterday about ULL and Tulane. Playing in Orlando of all places, which I don't understand that.
Yeah, they're like right there,
exactly
next to each other, right?
Yeah. Why?
Well, speaking of bowls and LSU, did you see the breaking news the last couple of minutes?
Wait, I have not.
About Devin White.
Is he not playing now, or is he playing?
Breaking news.
Oh, Rogers is breaking news now. Let's bring it, Hambone. Give me your best Patrick Netherton update anchor voice.
Breaking news from the LSU football Twitter world: Devin White, 40, has won the 2018 Butkus Award as the nation's top collegiate linebacker.
Yeah, I mean, and should have. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
So anybody that was kind of hoping because he said he was going to play, he may come back for his senior year, this award just got him that many more millions from the NFL.
And here's the thing. They could have named you the Butkus Award winner, and the NFL is going to pay Devin White.
Oh, no, yeah.
He's going to get paid whatever he needs to be paid.
Remember?
Yeah. No,
let me have that guaranteed.
He's not gonna be hurting
at all.
So
congratulations, Devin White, as the nation's top collegiate linebacker, winning the 2018 Butkus Award.
If you had told anyone 3 years ago that this running back from North Webster would win the Butkus Award, I mean, you'd have thought. I thought it was crazy that they moved him to linebacker to start with
because he was a dang good running back.
Yeah,
power, speed.
I mean, he was
agility.
He was like the bigger Leonard Fournette. The bigger, stronger Leonard Fournette. And then you hear, oh well, they're moving to linebacker, and you're like, well, I mean, I guess. And then you hear in spring and fall practice, well, this guy is absolutely murdering people down in Baton Rouge, figuratively.
Yes.
And then you hear, okay, as a sophomore, this kid is arguably the best guy we've got back there.
Yeah, leading the SEC in tackles that year. So,
and then next thing you know, as a junior, everybody's like, well, he's going to be an All-American. Right?
Oh, gosh,
and, No, I'm saying that's what everyone was saying after his sophomore year is like, this guy is just primed to have an All-American season.
And he fulfilled.
I honestly would have guys like him, guys like Devin White, are the reason I think that 3 years is too long to force kids to go through college in the football realm. I would like to see. I don't necessarily think you should let kids go to the NFL right out of high school. I think there's too much development that needs to happen. I mean, you're talking about maybe one or two kids, every couple of years that could step right from the high school ranks into the NFL. But I would like to see maybe 2 years. Maybe even one I could stomach, kind of like the NBA. I'd like to see it though. I think sometimes it's punitive and it hurts these kids to make them stay for 3 years. Also, I'm a little surprised that Devin White's choosing to play in the bowl game, in the Fiesta Bowl. I don't begrudge him that. Don't get me wrong. I think whatever decision he chose to make for himself is the right decision that he needed to make. And yes, and thank you, Hyrel. I know he played both ways at North Webster, but he was thought of as a running back coming out of high school. Like when we talked about Devin White in high school, it was as a running back. Like, look at this big freaking kid just going out there and mauling people who also can run away from folks. So that was never the issue. It was just surprised that it was linebacker where he ultimately ended up, because we always thought of him more as a running back. Raj, I want to play a game. We're going to play a game coming up after the break.
Okay.
We're going to play a game. I don't know if and since I don't know, I'm going to play along with you, okay? We're going to play a game.
Okay.
It's not a live, dead, or member of the Harris Interactive poll, which we used to play way back in the day.
Is it beat Timmy B around the bases?
No,
I don't.
No.
So I don't have to go against Ken Rosenthal and Timmy take the credit for beating him?
No.
Okay.
You do not. It's also not...
most strikeouts, most hits.
It's not also random trivia from callers where I would just feed the answer into Brando's head, or you would music trivia.
That guy would guess it first clue every time.
Right. Music. I always enjoyed music
That's
trivia.
not a game where I have to slam a helmet on my head and slice my ear open and bleed out.
What I want to do is I want to see if we can name where some of these bowl games are.
Wow, no, you got me.
Because I love this.
Yeah,
this is my favorite thing to do. I don't know, and I'm with you. I don't know. I haven't looked.
Even have mine.
I haven't looked. I see the names of the bowls, but I don't see the locations of the bowls. All right, so what I want to do is I want to go through the bowl list. And also, at some point, we need to talk about some of these matchups because I also haven't done that. I've been traveling. I've been all over the road. I haven't really had a chance to sit down and go through the matchups. Finally, I don't have another game until a week from tomorrow. So we have like a whole 8-9 days off that I can actually sit down and look things over and maybe relax a little bit and kind of see what's going on. So here's what we're going to do. Raj, you and I are going to go through the bowl list. Now, some of them are obvious. New Mexico Bowl, I feel like I know it's in New Mexico.
But where?
Well, that's fine. I don't care. Okay. All right, I know it's in New Mexico. We'll just try to see if we can identify what state they're in.
You know what? Okay.
That might make it easier.
It might.
All right, so we're going to go through every bowl when we come back, and we're going to see how many of these bowls we can actually figure out where they are. And we'll figure out what the craziest name is. It's no longer the Poland Weed Eater Bowl. We'll talk all about that when we come back. Rogers Hampton, that's him. I'm Patrick Netherton. We're going to try to guess the bowl locations when we return on the Patrick Netherton Show on 1130 The Tiger.
This holiday, skip the cooking and get a tender honey-baked ham slow-smoked up to 24 hours. So smoky. Hand-glazed and caramelized to perfection for that sweet, crunchy taste. Gotta love that crunch. Fully cooked, spiral sliced, and ready to serve.
Wait, seriously? That sounds great.
Yes, seriously. The world's best ham, only from the Honey Baked Ham Company.
Southfield Shopping Center in the corner of Southfield and Uri, Honey Baked Ham.
It takes both vision and skill to create a pool as unique as it is beautiful. A perfect blend of time-honored craftsmanship and cutting-edge technology. The hand, heart, and mind working in perfect sync to create something truly special. A source of timeless relaxation, priceless memories, and endless joy. That is the mission of a master pool builder, and that is the magic of Moorhead Pools.
It's time for some straight talk. This holiday season, give yourself the gift you really want, more data. Just switch to Straight Talk Wireless and we'll give you 50% more high-speed data on our $35 and $45 unlimited plans when you buy a smartphone, all without a contract. Plus, you'll get America's largest and most dependable 4G LTE networks. So switch today and say happy holidays to yourself with 50% more high-speed data. Straight Talk Wireless. Everything for less, only at Walmart. See terms at straighttalk.com.
Target is here to help you discover all the ways to get your holidays holla done. Like order pickup. Just order ahead and have it waiting for you at the store. Try Drive Up in the Target app and we'll bring it right out to your car as soon as you arrive. And now, we'll bring the holidays home to you with same-day delivery shopped by Shipt. Whether it's a TV, hot cocoa mix, or ornaments for the tree, Target makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Target run and done. Learn more at target.com/ways to shop. Restrictions may apply.
So often we talk Chevy land and the beautiful new cars, trucks, and SUVs out there, and for good reason. I mean, my gosh, have you seen the Silverado? Have you seen that Camaro? I feel like we've neglected the service department. Here's what Christy J had to say. My service rep, Kenny, was very friendly and understanding, kept in touch with me, letting me know the status of my vehicle. He's knowledgeable of his job. I will recommend him to all my family and friends. He's excellent. John B. and Bossier said the service professionals did a great job. Great service, at Chevyland. You know it by the feeling. 7500 Uri Drive.
Psst. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Holiday Inn Express wants to let you in on a little secret. There's still time to get at least 20% off at holidayinexpress.com during our annual sale. We'll even throw in free breakfast. Just kidding. Breakfast is always included in your stay at Holiday Inn Express. Book now and save at holidayinexpress.com. Terms apply.
And they lived happily ever after. The end.
That's how a lot of fairy tales end, but this is the SEC. It's far from a fairy tale. It's Tiger football. It doesn't get any more real, and this is where Tiger Rag magazine lives and breathes. The stories you find nowhere else. Not fairy tales, not stories spoon-fed by the athletic department. Behind-the-scenes stories. The stories that put you in a know.
Oh, now that's hot.
Get Tiger Rag magazine. Get the stories your friends will be talking about. Subscribe now online at TigerRag.com or call Tiger Rag Magazine at 888-328-4437. Tiger Rag Magazine and TigerRag.com. Stories and insights that put you in the know.
Once upon a time.
No fairy tale stories. Tiger Rag Magazine stories. Call 888-328-4437.
The end.
You can bank with 15, 20, 30, 40 different banks to choose from in Shreveport, Bossier alone, maybe even more than that. But how about investing in a bank that invests in the community? Putting your money into the bank that's in the community. That's what you're doing when you make Gibbsland Bank and Trust your great banking team. That's right, they do so much in this community, so many different ways, and you are a part of it when you join up with Gibbsland Bank and Trust, the great banking team. Nicole joins us from First Choice Personnel, 797-7810. Make First Choice your last call. Hey, you know what? You guys have some pretty cool job openings over there. As always, what's high on your priority list right now, Nicole?
We have administrative, we have clerical positions, especially right now coming up during the holidays. We can have people come in and do temporary positions. We can do permanent positions. So they can give us a call at any time.
Permanent, that's my freckles. Temporary, it's how I like my tattoos. First Choice Personnel, 797-7810.
Welcome to Walk-On's Bistro and Bar, where every dish starts from scratch. Fresh ingredients bring our food to life. Mouth-watering cuisine, unique flavors, and we're always more than happy to share our Southern charm and culture. A love of life, family, food, friends, fun, sports, and celebrations. Walk-Ons. It's game day with the taste of Louisiana.
11:30 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton.
Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton. 11:30 The Tiger.
Welcome you back to the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 11:30 The Tiger. Time to play everyone's favorite game. Where's that bowl? It's also what they play at Roger's house late at night when they're trying to get ice cream. Let's go with ice cream. That's what we'll go with. Say it's ice cream. All right, Hambone, this is me and you, brother. Here's what we got to figure out. I'm going to tell you the name of a bowl.
We're not looking. All I'm seeing is us on Facebook and Adobe Audition recording.
That's scary.
We are not.
I've got the answers in front of me, but I'm not looking at them. All right, I'm playing along with you because I legitimately don't know.
Oh no!
All right, first bowl game of the year.
All right.
Do you even know what the first bowl game of the year is?
I do not have a clue.
It's actually Tulane and ULL.
Okay, I know
Amazingly enough.
I know where that is.
The Auto Nation Cure Bowl
I know
is
where
in
that
Orlando.
is. Just because it's two Louisiana teams and we've talked about it. That's
We
the
talked a good bit about that.
They have to go to Orlando to play each other when they're just miles apart.
Right. North Texas and Utah State in the New Mexico Bowl, which is in Albuquerque.
Okay, I wouldn't have known what city.
Fresno State, Arizona State are in the Mitsubishi Motors Las Vegas Bowl. See if you can figure out where the Las Vegas Bowl is, Hambone. It's not a trick question.
Nevada?
Think Las Vegas, Nevada.
Wow.
Very
I got
good.
lucky on that one.
All right. Georgia Southern and Eastern Michigan in the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl. This is the first one I don't know. All right. I think the Camellia Bowl is in South Carolina.
I was going to say a southern state like Birmingham, Alabama.
All right. You could be right. The Camellia Bowl is in Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay,
so you were
at
close.
least in the state.
You were there.
I'm down the road.
Good for you, man.
Right, man.
Very nice. This is Roger's favorite bowl, the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. It's the New Orleans Bowl. No one else will get that joke.
Yeah, that's a gimme.
That's Middle Tennessee and App State, by the way. That's, by the way, I don't know if you saw, but App State lost their head coach.
Yes.
Yeah. Scott Satterfield is
headed
now at Louisville.
Yes, headed to the L.
Headed to Louisville. All right, that's your first slate of games on Saturday, December the 15th. Now we get into the midweek games. Tuesday, oh my goodness, UAB and Northern Illinois in the Cherry Bundy Boca Raton Bowl. Well, obviously I know where it is.
Yeah.
But what the heck is Cherry Bundy? Do you have any idea what Cherry Bundy? Now I want to look Cherry Bundy.
Until you said Boca Raton, I'm gonna say Michigan.
It's technically the Cherry Bundy Tart Cherry Boca Raton Bowl.
Okay.
Cherry Bundy is a tart cherry juice.
I thought Poulin Weed Eater used to get made fun of, but that's kind of
exactly. Cherry Bundy.
I'll take the Weed Whacker Bowl.
Boca Raton Bowl. The DXL Frisco Bowl. Now, do you know what DXL is?
It's big man's clothes,
yes,
right?
Big and tall men's clothes.
Okay.
Now, is the Frisco Bowl, the DXL Frisco Bowl, is it in San Francisco
or Frisco,
Texas?
I'm going to go with the Golden State.
No, it's in Frisco, Texas.
Is it really in Frisco, Texas?
Yeah, it's at that Toyota Stadium, which is where they have the FCS championship game.
Okay, that's right.
It's actually at that stadium.
Right.
By the way, that's San Diego State in Ohio, traveling to Frisco, Texas. Marshall and South Florida in the Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla Bowl. Where is the Gasparilla Bowl, Raj? I'm going to guess Tampa because I think Gasparilla is a Florida thing.
Oh, I see. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So I would be lying if I'm going to say Florida with you and he would go down.
Tampa, Florida.
Is it okay?
Raymond James Stadium.
Juba.
That's right. Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla Bowl. Yeah. Yeah, right. Poulin Weed Eater was bad.
It was really bad.
Bad Boy Mowers. What is this?
They're check cashed.
Florida International in Toledo playing in the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl. Do you know what Makers Wanted is?
No.
I mean, I know you know what Makers is.
Yeah.
Even though you drink just Budweiser.
Yeah.
You at least know what Makers is. Which is, right, alcohol, Maker's Mark, isn't that right?
I guess.
What the heck is Makers Wanted? Makers Wanted. It's an, oh my God.
Oh no.
It's an Illinois industrial park. Uh-huh. Yep. The Bahamas Bowl is sponsored by the largest industrial park in the United States, which is located in Illinois.
Is there a Bahama, Illinois? Is that maybe where we're lost in translation here?
Although, by the way, do you remember the old sponsor of the Bahamas Bowl?
If you say it, I will.
Popeyes.
Oh, that's right.
That's
right.
That is, you talk about going down in terms of sponsorship. You go from Popeyes to the largest industrial park in the United States? My God, Bahamas Bowl. You better be lucky you're played in a beautiful tropical climate because you got nothing else going for you if you're dropping Popeyes for some industrial park in the largest industrial park in the United States in Illinois. Woof. That's bad. All right, famous Idaho Potato Bowl. That's easy. That's always on the turf, the blue turf in Boise, right? Yeah. Western Michigan and BYU, by the way. How about the Jared Birmingham Bowl? Obvious where it's at. It's probably not in Birmingham, England.
No, Bammer.
How about Jared sponsoring a bowl? The jewelry store.
Oh.
He went to Jared.
No.
Raj, he went to Jared.
No, that gives a whole different meaning for the Subway, Jared. Okay. I thought that's what you meant. That Jared's out of jail and he's sponsoring a bowl? Oh no. Oh, you're meaning it can only be Jared's.
Jared, yeah.
Okay.
He went to Jared, Raj.
Oh, that's a whole different sponsorship level there.
Yeah, he went to Jared, which means he really doesn't love you. So, just so you know.
Levy on. Get the levy on.
If he goes to Jared for your engagement ring, you might want to just say no. That's all I'm saying. All right. I don't know anybody at Jared. I don't know anybody that has. Anyway. How about the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl?
Oh, man.
Houston and Army. Good that the Armed Forces Bowl has an armed force.
I'm just drawing a blank on it. The Lockheed Martin.
I think is that the one that's in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl?
Is it?
But not at Jerry's World? I don't know. I'm asking.
Now, who are the two teams?
Houston and Army.
You know what? That makes sense because you would have a local Texas flavor.
That's not the one that's in Houston, though, is it?
No, I don't think so.
All right, Lockheed Martin
Armed Forces Bowl. I would be very surprised
if
the Cougars played at
It's
home
actually
in
at TCU's stadium in
so
Fort Worth.
So it is up that way, okay.
I thought it was at the Cotton Bowl.
The Cotton Bowl, okay.
Right, but I think that's it used to be the Heart of Dallas Bowl or whatever.
So that's the bowl that Ed Oliver's not playing in.
My favorite one, Raj. What? Dollar General Bowl. Buffalo and Troy. By the way, I'm going to try to get Buffalo head coach Lance Leipold on at some point. We'll have
Troy.
Him. Buffalo and Troy in the Dollar General Bowl. I wouldn't have gotten it. I just looked.
Delaware.
I would have said Detroit, but instead it's Mobile, Alabama. So, sorry.
Wow. Alabama racking up.
Hawaii and Louisiana Tech in the Hawaii Bowl. No biggie. That's the SoFi or Sophie. I'm not sure which one that is. I think it's SoFi Hawaii Bowl. So
it's wild word stuff.
I'm telling you, there's some weird stuff going on. Yeah, SoFi.com is an online personal finance company that provides student loan refinancing, mortgages, and personal loans, just so you know. How about the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl?
How about New York?
That's Boston College and Boise State. So BC and Boise State. I'm going to go with Detroit. I'm just going to keep guessing Detroit until one of them is. No, that's the one that's in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl. There you go. This is so ridiculous. So ridiculous. The next one's Detroit. I know it is. I haven't even looked, but I know it is.
Okay.
Minnesota and Georgia Tech at the Quick Lane Bowl. That's got to be in Detroit, right? Quick Lane is that oil?
It is.
It's like an oil change.
I'm going to go with you, Michigan.
Yes, Detroit,
Did we
Michigan.
Get it? All right.
It's like my mom who said always guess Gerald Ford. Or no, she always said always guess Richard Nixon on Trivial Pursuit questions. Eventually you'll get it right.
Yes.
Just any question. Didn't matter what it was. Eventually you'd get it right. What's the process by which a plant converts carbon dioxide into oxygen?
Richard Nixon. You're correct.
Yes, somehow.
Yeah.
Oh. The Cheez-It Bowl. Cheez-Its are now sponsoring a bowl game.
Wisconsin.
That would make sense, wouldn't it?
It would.
Phoenix, Arizona, Rogers.
That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense at all. Although now I do want a bowl of Cheez-Its. The Walk-Ons Independence Bowl. Think hard. It's got to be something with Independence, right?
What?
So it's got to be Philadelphia.
Something with walk. I'm going to go Milwaukee.
Okay, I'm going to go with Philadelphia because it's Independence.
Oh.
So I'm thinking that's where, the Liberty Bell and everything.
I think both of us made two good educated guesses.
And Shreveport, Louisiana is actually the answer to the Walk-Ons Independence Bowl.
Where's that?
I'm not sure. Sounds like a terrible place to go visit.
Oh, I bet you they don't have any hospitality.
I bet, you know what? I bet that probably there's going to be a sports writer that's going to write the, man, who would want to go visit Shreveport column, and I bet there's going to be an afternoon sports talk host who will probably get on Twitter and blast those people for doing that. I feel like that might happen at some point in time.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
New Era Pinstripe Bowl. That's got to be the Yankee Stadium,
That's got to be Yankee Stadium, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
Miami and Wisconsin.
All right.
Baylor and Vanderbilt in the Academy Sports and Outdoors Texas Bowl.
Oh, that's the
Houston?
Yes.
That's the Houston game?
Yeah, I think that's the Houston one, yeah.
Purdue and Auburn in the Franklin American Mortgage Music City Bowl. Nashville. Yeah. West Virginia and Syracuse in the Camping World Bowl. That used to be in Houston, right? Now
I think it's Florida.
I think it's Florida now.
I think it's Florida, too.
Let's see. The Camping World Bowl is Orlando, Florida. Look at us go. Iowa State, Washington State, and the Valero Alamo Bowl. We know where that is. San Antonio,
yep.
Obviously. Florida, Michigan, in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. That's in Atlanta. South Carolina, Virginia, in the Belk Bowl. I would have guessed.
That would have been another Detroit one there.
No, Charlotte.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Boy,
I don't think I
that's
would have
nice.
gotten that.
I wouldn't have either.
Arkansas State and Nevada are in the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl, which I'm assuming is in Arizona.
I'm
It's in
hoping
Tucson.
so, or it's a very badly worded sponsor.
And then you get into the two semifinals, and then for some reason, one of the dumbest things that college football does, they have bowl games between the semifinals and the finals, and they have a bowl game after the finals. Just the dumbest thing, or they used to. I don't know if they still do. So now we're at New Year's Eve, Raj. New Year's Eve. Here we go.
That's almost 2019.
Cincinnati, Virginia Tech, and the Military Bowl presented by Northrop Grumman.
Washington or Delaware?
Maryland.
Maryland.
That's
Okay,
very good.
yeah.
Annapolis.
One of those. One of those right in there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Annapolis,
yes.
which is home of
Yes,
what, Navy?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
Stanford
Point.
and Pitt at the Hyundai Sun Bowl. I was just there in El Paso, Texas.
I was going to say far Texas.
Yeah, basically when you're in the press box, if you look the other way, you can see into Juarez, which
funny.
you can when you're driving on the interstate. We were looking at Juarez the whole time.
That's funny.
After we got beat, Mike McConaughey said he might just go into Juarez and not come back. He said he may just not come back.
You put the new five in, Patrick.
Michigan State, Oregon at the Red Box Bowl. Red Box is the thing you go rent movies from outside the Circle K.
Michigan, Oregon.
Red Box Bowl, Michigan State, Oregon.
Somewhere in California?
I'm going to go, I really don't know. I'll go California with you, I think. Santa Clara, Levi Stadium, home of the 49ers. Good work. Missouri and Oklahoma State in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. That's obviously Memphis. Northwestern Utah in the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl, which I believe used to be the Poinsettia Bowl, correctly, in San Diego?
Yeah.
In San Diego?
I believe so, man.
San Diego, which means whale's vagina. NC State, you know that quote, obviously. Of course you do. Yeah. NC State and Texas A&M in the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, which is in Florida. In Jacksonville. And then you have the Outback Bowl, which is in Florida as well. And you have the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl, the Citrus Bowl, the Rose Bowl, and the Sugar Bowl. And then this year, luckily, college football is ending with the college football playoff in the
nothing after
college football playoff national championship presented by AT&T.
Nothing after that. Good deal.
Which is good. All right. Well, we were clearly not very good at that. By the way, do you know where the national championship is this year? I didn't know.
When or where?
Yeah, where?
Now that you've asked me, it slipped my mind. I was looking at it earlier.
Back in California, yes, Santa Clara.
That's right.
So, there you go. All right. Well, we proved we knew at least a little bit of something, and we're decent guessers. Also, what the heck is SoFi? And also, what's Cherry Bundy? Tart cherry. Apparently, it's a bowl. Who knew? Rest of my life is so hard. Chevy Chase and Paul Simon, with Chevy Chase singing and Paul Simon just walking around like he's pretend Art Garfunkel. All right, we'll take a break. Come back with more of the Patrick Netherton Show on 1130 The Tiger.
I don't find this stuff amusing anymore. If you'll be my bodyguard, I can be your long lost pal. I can call you Betty. Betty, when you call me, you can call me out.
Christmas shopping season is also Christmas fraud season.
Unfortunately.
There are people lurking, sweetie, that are trying to take our money.
But you know what? They're not going to take our money because we bank with GBT, the local guys that are always looking out for us.
Gibbsland Bank and Trust, the great banking team. So many times we have gotten a text, did you make this purchase?
Yes.
There's been one time, no.
We did not make the purchase, and we were so glad that they had eyes on our account.
Gibbsland Bank and Trust, the great banking team during the holiday season. You need that fight against fraud. So often we talk Chevy Land and the beautiful new cars, trucks, and SUVs out there, and for good reason. I mean, my gosh, have you seen the Silverado? Have you seen that Camaro? I feel like we've neglected the service department. Here's what Christy J had to say. My service rep, Kenny, was very friendly and understanding, kept in touch with me, letting me know the status of my vehicle. He's knowledgeable of his job. I will recommend him to all my family and friends. He's excellent. John B. in Bossier said the service professionals did a great job. Great service at Chevy Land. You know it by the feeling. 7500 Uri Drive. Night, sweetie.
Night.
Holy cow. How cold are your feet?
Be still.
No, I'm not your personal furnace.
See, we don't have to turn the heat on. I could just put my feet right here on
Hold
your
on,
back.
let me get out of the bed.
No.
Thank goodness AccuTemp came out, checked out the heater. It's ready to roll. Up the thermostat goes. I'm going all the way to 68. AccuTemp, cooling and heating this winter. I'm not your furnace.
Get back over here.
'Twas the holiday season, and in your garage, a brand new John Deere. That's not a mirage. With neighbors admiring your shiny new ride, it's your year for a Deere to fill you with pride. So if additional offers are what you desire, see our low rates before they expire. Now start up your engines and drive out of sight. New John Deere equipment for all, and to all a good night. Make it your year for a Deere. See your John Deere dealer today to discover more amazing deals and attractive financing offers.
What does building a better bank look like? It starts with building Capital One cafes, warm, inviting places that feel nothing like a typical bank, where you can open an account with no fees or minimums in 5 minutes. And you'll always find people ready to help you, not sell you. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet?
For consumers only. Offered by Capital One and a member FDIC. Cafes available in select locations. Copyright 2018 Capital One.
Howdy, folks. Colonel Sanders here with a big old holiday radio commercial for KFC. Wrapping presents is a lot of work, so let the Colonel do the cooking tonight. I'm making KFC $20 fill-ups. That's 8 pieces of delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken, 2 large mashed potatoes and gravy, a large coleslaw, and 4 biscuits for just $20. I'll even wrap it for you. The wrapping is just a bucket, but it's a swell-looking bucket. KFC, it's finger-licking good. Prices and participation may vary. Tax and substitutions extra.
Nicole joins us from First Choice Personnel. Make First Choice your last call, 797-7810. Nicole, the CDL operation thing there where you're always looking for drivers.
We are. We look for Class A. We look for Class B drivers. We're always looking for drivers. They can give us a call. We need with endorsements, without endorsements, always give us a call.
Now, if you need someone who leaves the left blinker on, Rogers Hampton is available. First Choice Personnel. Make First Choice your last call, 797-7810.
Do you dream in color, in sparkling blues, and sun-kissed yellows? In your dreams, do your kids trade technology for time with you? Is fun and relaxation the main agenda? Do your dreams shape your family life and bring you all great joy? Your dreams can be real and lasting, and you can live your dreams every day. Moorhead Pools, where your dreams come true in your own backyard.
Welcome to Walk-On's Bistro and Bar, where every dish starts from scratch. Fresh ingredients bring our food to life. Mouth-watering cuisine, unique flavors, and we're always more than happy to share our Southern charm and culture. A love of life, family, food, friends, fun, sports, and celebrations. Walk-Ons. It's game day with the taste of Louisiana.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton.
Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton. This is 1130 The Tiger.
You know, we had daylight saving time. And by the way, it's daylight saving time, not daylight saving.